Okay, hello. This is Nicholas Santillo along with Sarah Godin of Logical Outcomes. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
And Logical Outcomes is a Canadian nonprofit. Today, we're going to be talking about how to use, or how Logical Outcomes uses, the KoBo Toolbox, which is an online survey tool.
Yeah.
And this is something that you know much more about, Sarah, than I do. So I'm going to
Yeah.
be kind of riding shotgun on this recording, as it were.
All right. So as you can see, I've visited the kobotoolbox.org site. So org, it's a kind of open source program. We've started a login account. We're considered the researchers and everyone else kind of division of people. So I'll just give you a really quick look at what KoBo Toolbox can do for you. So once you log in, your menu's on the top left here, and you don't have very many options, but simplicity is nice. So
Yeah,
let's
it's very
start
simple.
with, so we're going to start with a question library. So KoBo's neat because you can put all of your questions and tag them, so then, you can recreate surveys later based on your verified questions. So ours is a bit of a hodgepodge right now, but for, say, a Canadian intake survey, we might ask, where do you live, your gender. We've got some education and school questions, and again, we've grouped them into, youth education, or we might have financial empowerment. So this question library is a really neat feature. You can import questions from an XLS spreadsheet or add them here. Yeah.
Okay, and by you said you could tag them as different. How would you tag them? By just clicking on the question, or there's that little edit button
Let's
there?
see. Okay, yeah. So then you would just write
Just
that
write a
tag right underneath your question. Pretty simple.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
very
the
simple.
tags all come on the side here.
Cool.
So to build a survey, which is what this is all about, they're called forms. So we can start a new form. I'll show you just how easy it is. Let's do start from scratch. So basically, you'll just type in your question, or you can add your question from your question library. These are the options that KoBo offers, which is they got
Quite a
pretty
lot.
decent, yeah. So date and time. We're fans of the radio button. Select one, or select a few. So that's about it. So I'm just going to be silly and say, "How are you?" And we're going to be great.
Scientifically verified.
Yes. And awesome. And then you'll see you have some options here. Delete question, duplicate, and then add it to the library.
Oh, you can add. So you can just add them from
Yeah.
here. That's great.
And then so just press plus to keep going. And you can add as many questions as you like. This will be called our test survey. So what I'll do is I'm going to go to preview form. This just shows you what it's going to look like for a person who received it. It's going to be a very straightforward and simple design. Just your title, each question. The little star means mandatory, so you can also designate certain questions that are going to be mandatory or not. And then they'll submit. So this is the preview screen, so it doesn't say submit. But yeah, so let's exit. So again, you have all of your forms, all of your surveys. And when you're ready to deploy your project, it's going to become a project. So what you'll do is from your form, sorry, I'm skipping ahead here, we're going to deploy it as a survey.
Okay.
And then it becomes a project. And so these are the options that you have in KoBo Toolbox for each survey. I'm going to pick one that has some data in it so we can see what a table looks like. Let's see if we've got, okay, we got 6 responses for intake, so we'll pick this one. Now, this is just going to give you a really simple view. So this was view and table. We only have 2 questions here. Okay, so that's it. And then it's still going to capture some other data like when and where the survey was completed. So I can also analyze certain questions, the responses, if I can select it. So you can do some analysis here. And you can also download the data in, I think it's, some other varieties of spreadsheets.
Oh, that's
if you want to do some more complicated analysis on your own. Yeah,
Nice.
so that's really great for looking at the data. This is going to be key to send your survey out into the world. So if your staff or you are going to be entering the data yourself, say you're doing interviews with with your participants, you're going to want to enter the data on a computer. So you're sitting with them, you're asking the questions, going through. So every time you submit, you're going to get a nice little pop-up notice, so that's great.
And then it just brings you right back to it. Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, and it can even work offline. So it'll save the data in your browser, and then when you're online again, you'll get back to it.
That's really good.
Yeah, so the other option is sending people a URL for them to complete on their own. So what you'll want to do is this down here. So this particular URL is for that survey. So you'll notice it'll have a letter combination down here. Or they can use the code, but I mean, if you're embedding it on your website or sending it in an email, you're just going to copy that link. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to grab just the link. It's a little annoying.
Sometimes it can be.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, so that is your survey, and you can email that out to your participants. And again, they're going to have a similar feature where if they're doing it offline, it'll save in their browser until they're ready to send. So that is about it. KoBo Toolbox is very easy to use, and it gives a nice, sleek, kind of clean look, so it's very user-friendly. I haven't really explored much else in the settings, but you should try it out for yourself. As we said, it's free, open source, and it integrates nicely with other databases. So at Logical Outcomes, we're getting into using DHIS, District Information Health Software. So we use this KoBo Toolbox as the survey tool, and then we're shooting our data into DHIS to do the analysis. So if you want more on that, you could visit our website, logicaloutcomes.net. But otherwise, Nicholas, perhaps you can sign us off.
Yeah, definitely.
This little video.
Thank you, Sarah. That was great. I mean, I've definitely been working with a lot of survey building tools online, and while they can offer a lot more, maybe analysis in the back end, the creation of the surveys can be an entire learning curve in itself. So what's great about just looking at KoBo with you right there is that building a new survey and recreating surveys or reusing questions, that's actually very easy to do. And then, as you said, with you putting it onto DHIS or another backend, if you already have a system that's going to be doing the analysis of the data and you just need to create a survey, this looks like a perfect option for that. But yeah, that's what I took from that little jaunt. So that's great. Thanks so much for listening, and thank you, Sarah. And if you have any more questions or you would like to see more videos about the tools that we use here at Logical Outcomes, please leave comments in the comment section below, or you can email us directly at info@logicaloutcomes.net. And just let us know what you'd like us to cover. So thanks, Sarah.